Today, I want to share the real things I can do now after losing weight in case you're also on this journey and need a little hope. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kai and I'm on a journey to lose 100+ pounds. This video is not to body shame anybody. No, your journey is real, just the same as mine. And I'm just here to be real and share the realistic changes that actually happened to me. First of all, I can see my collarbones now. And I know that might sound silly, but when I was fat and weighed 225 pounds, I could not see my collarbones. They were all hidden. Number two, I can now cross my legs in public. Like when I weighed 225 pounds, my legs would not stay, okay? They would drop when I tried crossing them. Now I can cross my legs and keep them there as long as I can. And y'all, that feels so good. If there's anyone else out there who's on this journey, I'm sure you understand my point. Like you wouldn't even want to sit in certain positions in public because I was scared about how I looked and I couldn't even cross my legs for long. So what was the essence of doing it? You know, I said we're gonna get real here, so I'm gonna say it. Yeah, now I can see my fupa and my belly. Yeah, at first I could not see it. It was covered, like my belly was protruding. You saw those videos, my belly was protruding. When I looked down in the bathroom, I couldn't see it. When I wanted to shave, I'd have to carry my belly, lift it up and see it before I could shave. But now, when I look down, I see it and I can shave it and I can see what it looks like after I shave. I don't need a mirror to see what it looks like or what part I have not gotten. And please, this is real, so I'm just being real and raw. And these are real challenges that plus size people actually face, and this is what I faced. But now I'm glad that I can see it and I can take care of it better and give it the gentle care that it needs. I'm gonna be honest and real here. I don't know if you guys know about this, but most plus size girls have a swelling at the back of their neck, and I suffered with this. I had a huge bump. Literally, if you tried massaging me on the back of my neck, you would feel the bump, then the tension. It is all flattened and all gone. I feel so much ease at the back of my neck, and I know that this journey has really helped me in so many ways, and this was one of the best ways because I would wear clothes that would cover the back of my neck, like turtlenecks or hoodies, just because I didn't want that swelling and that disfigurement over there to show. So I'm so glad that it is all gone now. This is one of the hardest parts that people don't talk about. My body shape, okay? The body shape. Like when you are plus size, you wear clothes that hide your shape, your natural body, because you become out of form because there's a lot of visceral fat. And I used to have a lot of visceral fat all over my waist, and that was hiding my waistline. Now I can see my waistline coming. And when you see the videos of my back now, and before, there used to be a folding at the back of my back, a folding of one of the visceral fats, right? Now it is down and flat, and I can't hold it. At first I could like hold it. I'll get a pinch of the fat. Now there's nothing there to pinch or to hold on to. There's still some things on the sides that I'm working on, and but now it's flat, and I'm grateful for it. I'm so grateful that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Next up, tying your shoelace. This is one of the biggest challenges that plus size girls go through. We don't realize how hard it is to not be able to do simple things as tying your shoelace. Okay, this one is really emotional for me because growing up I was an athlete. I used to run marathons. I was a sports girl. I was playing in the football team. I was really fit. I have to put my leg on something or hold on to the wall before I could tie my lace. Now look at me tying my shoelace with ease and not having to worry about imbalance or falling down. It feels great. This is the other very embarrassing part, snoring, okay? Snoring can really disgrace you when you're with people. I'm not gonna lie. When you sleep with people, okay? When I have sleepovers with my friends and, someone is like, we could hear you snoring throughout the night. We couldn't sleep because you were snoring. Or even being in a dorm room, sharing, an apartment with someone in the next room, telling you that, oh my God, I could hear you snoring the whole night. That is so embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. That was the most embarrassing part of this journey. But now I don't snore. Oh, I'm gonna say something that nobody really talks about, okay? My boobs have fallen, okay? my boobs have fallen. In my family, we have big boobs. But ever since I started losing weight, my boobs have all fallen. They used to be here and they used to be really big and huge, but they've fallen because there was so much fat that they were carrying. So at first I wasn't happy about that I'm gonna carry, fallen boobs around. But I know at the end of along the line, when I get to my goal, I'm gonna meet my primary care doctor and speak about maybe possible breast surgeries to go through. But this is probably one of the hardest things that nobody really talks about. But hey, here I'm transparent and I'm real, so that's what we are. Yeah, I have fallen boobs. Next is my natural face. Okay, the natural shape of my face, I can see it's coming out. It's coming back to not like normal, right? I can see the neckline, I can see the chin, the cheekbones. At first, my cheeks were swollen. When I say inflammation, I mean inflammation. They were really swollen and my eyes were so tiny. I naturally have very tiny eyes, but when I was, fat, my cheeks were all over in my face. Now I can even see clearly. And at first, I could even see the top of my cheeks from here. But now I can't because all the inflammation has gone down. And I love the look of my face now. I love that the natural form that God created me with is coming out. I know there's a lot of controversies and opinions about stretch marks. I used to have them as well. At first, I didn't have stretch marks until I started gaining weight, and I got a lot of them on my back, on my sides, on my breast, on my arms. And I was pretty much embarrassed about them. I won't even lie. I would want to wear clothes that will cover me all over because I didn't want my stretch marks out there for people to see. But now I'm actually in love with my stretch marks because when you're losing weight, they become lighter. And so my stretch marks have started becoming lighter. And I know that with time, it's probably going to go, and maybe I'll look into seeing a dermatologist to see how to treat it. But now I don't, have that fear of or embarrassment of showing it. Basic things like taking a stroll walking or climbing the stairs to the second floor were a hurdle for me. I could just not do them without having shortness of breath. Because I was so big that I couldn't do all those things with ease. But now I can climb all the way to the 10th floor and even come down as much as 6 times. At first, I would also be out of breath quickly when I tried walking fast. It was insane. I would just be out of breath and I'll be panting so fast. But now I can even go on runs. I can jog for 40 minutes straight without stopping. And this feels so good, y'all. So this is a thing in the plus size community and everybody else knows it because this is not hidden that girls or people who are usually bigger in weight and size like to wear baggy clothes to cover their shape. I used to do that. I loved baggy clothes, don't get me wrong, but most of the times when I wore them, it was to cover my shape because I was embarrassed about how I looked like because I was not looking healthy, But now baggy clothes fit me way better. Look at these jeans when I was 225 pounds and look at me now in it. Looks so good. Another thing I'm really grateful for in this whole journey is the clearness and neatness and smoothness of my skin color. Okay, when I was fat and weighed 225 pounds, my skin was all rough. I was always getting rashes, pimples everywhere, and I'm naturally I have an oily skin naturally. But when I was fat, it was dry throughout. My skin was dry throughout. The color wasn't, as even as it is now, as it's getting there. But now, look at me. I'm glowing. I'm literally glowing. I don't know if someone else relates with this struggle, but when I was huge, I could not really drink water. I would just have sips of water. And the times I was thirsty, I would think I was hungry and I would eat instead of drinking water. Water and I were not best friends. But now, water is my best friend. I try as much as I can to have so much water. I'll get vitamin water and then also fill my 30-ounce bottle twice a day. So I'll drink twice of that and also the vitamin water. And I know it's not, the highest. I could do better. But at first, I wouldn't even drink one full bottle of the 30 ounces. So, hey, there's a lot of improvement that I've made. And I love water now. I can't believe I'm even saying this. I'm not where I want to be yet. But I'm so proud of how far I've come. And for the first time in my life, I can actually trust myself. This whole journey has really made me confident. in the best ways possible that I never thought I could ever become. And I'm so grateful for this journey. To anyone else who is out there struggling to lose weight, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. You need to set your mind and make up your mind that you want to do it, and you can accomplish anything in this life. For with God all things are possible. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Make the right routines, write down those goals, and just get out. If you need to start walking, start walking. If you need to be in a calorie deficit, go in that calorie deficit. If you need to go to that gym and live that way, go to that gym and live that way. Do it for yourself, and I know you can do it.